Hello everyone and welcome to round 3 of the 2025 Super Formula One World Championship, the Suzuka Grand Prix. We are here at Suzuka Circuit for the second race of our Japan triple header early this season. This 3.6 mile track with 18 corners is known as one of the most legendary tracks on the globe and never fails to deliver. A year ago, George Russell took the checkered flag here, but can he do it again? Let's take a look at the starting grid.
Starting at the back, we have Jack Doohan alongside Gabriele Bortoleto. And then Esteban Ocon alongside Lance Stroll. Then we have Nico Hülkenberg and the user driver, Yuki Tsunoda from 15th. Then Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso. And then Liam Lawson alongside Kimi Antonelli. Into the points positions, Gasly starts 10th alongside Isaac Hadjar. And then Oliver Bearman in 8th and Alexander Albon 7th. Lewis Hamilton starts 6th alongside Lando Norris. George Russell alongside Max Verstappen in the second row. And then Charles Leclerc will start from 2nd with Oscar Piastri on pole for only the second time in his career.
And we are underway from Suzuka Circuit as Oscar Piastri gets away well. He leads into turn 1 and he is fully ahead as Max Verstappen round the outside on Charles Leclerc. Leclerc holds on to that one. Russell right behind in P4 and then Norris in P5 as it looks like Hamilton trying to get by Albon. The Williams is ahead. And there's Isaac Hadjar now. He's alongside Hamilton. Looks like he got ahead as Antonelli goes around the outside of Fernando Alonso. And oh, a Red Bull went off. Yuki Tsunoda. Looks like he's at an off there. But there he goes down the inside of Gabriele Bortoleto as Tsunoda making his Red Bull debut and hoping to work his way up the order. Tsunoda closing in on Alonso on the exit of Spoon, weaving for an opening. He is right upon the rear of that Aston Martin. He does have the slipstream. He's going to go down the inside at 130R, wheel-to-wheel contact. But Tsunoda is through, and there he goes now on Liam Lawson through the chicane, his former teammate, and the man he now replaces at Red Bull. Lawson is trying to fight this one back, and he is right there down the straight, but Tsunoda will stay ahead. We watch as Kimi Antonelli now goes through 130R, but Tsunoda is gaining and nearly into the back of the Mercedes down the chicane. Antonelli's going to fight this one back. Tsunoda's got a good run out of the final corner though and is ahead on the straight. Tsunoda making up places here early in his home race. We ride on board with Yuki Tsunoda flat through 130R and closing on his old teammate Gasly. Late on the brakes and nearly so close into the back of the Haas. Yuki Tsunoda though, 4 laps and into the points. Oliver Bearman, the next man under pressure from Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda doing very well already in his Red Bull debut. But here comes Tsunoda now, down the inside at Dunlop, and make that now 5 overtakes on track for the hometown man within his first 5 laps. He's on great pace so far. End of lap 7 now, and Red Bull are calling Yuki Tsunoda into the pits for the first time. This is an early start, but let's see if he benefits as Kimi Antonelli down the front straight and on the gearbox of Pierre Gasly trying to set up a move here. Antonelli, the rookie, trying to pull alongside as they head into turn 1, and Antonelli is ahead by the time they exit the corner. Solid move. Almost all of the leaders into the pits now as Piastri, Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Norris, all coming in here. Albon as well. Hadjar stays out, and Hamilton goes in as well. So Isaac Hadjar will inherit the race lead for the first time in his young career. But remember, he has yet to pit. Let's take a look back at where Yuki Tsunoda will end up, because remember, he's already made his pit stop and gotten his tires up to temperature as he rounds the final corner. Piastri, Leclerc, Verstappen all out of the pit lane by now. Tsunoda's going to be racing Albon out of the pits here. There's Albon now, and so into 8th goes Tsunoda. Gained 2 places by that undercut. No, he's gone too deep into turn 1, and that surely will hand the place right back to Albon, and does. Tsunoda with the mistake. The midfield is catching Fernando Alonso. He also has not pitted yet. He's clearly struggling on his tires and is holding everyone up. Look at how Fernando is holding up the field here. He's not obliged to move over. This is for position, but it's quite inconvenient for the rest. And it's nearly caused a pile-up into Degna 1. Surely there was contact, and Antonelli sends it down the inside on Hamilton. Hamilton will hold station for the time being. Albon now getting closer to Alonso here as they go into the hairpin. Albon around the outside still has more grip, but look at the front now, as I think Hadjar is doing the same thing, and it's allowed Verstappen to pass Leclerc around Spoon. We will keep our eyes on the midfield batters, but Piastri may be under pressure from Max Verstappen here. Verstappen not going for it yet, but that has Leclerc in position, down to the bus stop, and oh no! There may have been contact with Piastri there, as Leclerc will take the lead of the race, and Russell follows through. But Piastri, is he going to duck into the pits here? Yes. Oh, he made contact with Hadjar, and that could ruin his race from pole as Verstappen chases down Russell down the main straight. Norris is there as well, and Lando Norris, he's going to go for a move here. He's got the line, and he's got 3rd place, does Lando Norris. But there's been a change as George Russell is now in 2nd, and Charles Leclerc now leads the race. Here's a look at what happened with Piastri. He's held up, and you just hate to see that happen. But there's the contact, and that could spell an end to his race for the win at least. Look, even trying to get into the pits, Hadjar making contact with Russell, very dangerous. Piastri just trying to get back into the points here. He's behind Oliver Behrman, but it doesn't look like he'll be there for long. Piastri up into 10th, and at least he started his recovery with several laps to spare. Yuki Tsunoda down into turn 1 now, and he's gone wide again, and Albon is there again to pick up the place. Hamilton nearly getting through as well. Well, Tsunoda coming up on Albon again, and he's going to want to hold on to the place this time. Into the grass he goes on the outside, and he still goes too deep into the corner. He's lucky to avoid the tire wall, almost rejoining in Hamilton's way as well. Yuki Tsunoda pushing to the max right now, but it may be too much. Tsunoda will make a final stop here, going from the hard and onto the soft for the final 6 laps. A little slow getting out there, and that might put him directly in the line with his old team. The Racing Bulls go through, and Tsunoda down to 13th. He'll be on the charge already, going at Hadjar now. And he'll be going at Lawson as side by side they go. And Tsunoda is ahead, fresh out of the pits. Tsunoda's followed Hamilton closely here, and he may get him before they even get onto the straight. He's got better tires, more grip, surely before 130R, and there he goes, back into the points. He'll track down Behrman now. already on the back of the Haas. Tsunoda, what a blistering outlap that was, ahead of 4 cars on track. Hamilton closing in on Behrman, we can watch on board as well as they head through 130R, and no movement just yet, but this will carry down into the final chicane. There they are, side by side, no one's giving an inch here, and this is for a singular point. Hamilton's going to have to hold on around the outside of the final corner, and he is still there, heading down the straight, trying to outdrag the Haas. Might not have it. He is there into turn 1. It's close. But Behrman with the defense on the Ferrari. Impressive stuff from the rookie. Piastri is trying to chase down Antonelli, but Tsunoda is chasing down him as the leaders begin to pit now. Look at Tsunoda, another great launch out of Spoon, and this time he's got a move on the McLaren. Tsunoda is extracting everything out of that Red Bull, and sooner than later he'll be on Antonelli. Oh, from a ways back he's going to go for it. He's got the car slowed down, he's alongside, but look at the launch he gets out of the chicane. And into 7th goes Yuki Tsunoda, those fresh soft tires working beautifully for him now. And he's still got another car in his sights. Next up the road, Pierre Gasly, his former teammate at AlphaTauri, right on board as down the inside goes Tsunoda and swoops into P6. And Albon is right there ahead of him as well. Look at the grip he has. Tsunoda waiting. And now back into 5th place. What a debut. George Russell has gotten much closer to Charles Leclerc as they exit Spoon, and down the back stretch, Russell looking down the inside. Is he going to go for a move here? No, he'll stay patient. He still has time, but he's going to watch for Norris. Is Norris going to make a move? No. The top 4 stay put this time around. But George Russell has stayed patient, and he is looking a lot more convinced to make the move now, as here they come on the way down to T1. Russell's got the inside, and into the lead goes George Russell here late. Leclerc has tried to hold on, but it's fallen away from him, and Russell, who won here a year ago, is looking primed to repeat. Leclerc has one final shot to get the lead back from George Russell. He's not close enough through 130R. Can he do it through the chicane? He won't. He's not going to go for it. And so that means George Russell will cross the line for the 2nd year in a row to win the Suzuka Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc will come home to take... Oh, did he get pipped at the line there? Did Norris get him out the line there? Our screens say Norris P2. We need to take a look at this. Piastri up to P6. He's under pressure from Gasly through the chicane. Gasly trying to inch ahead, but it is Piastri who will hold on. Decent recovery for him to get up to 6th. Let's take a look here, because it looks like Norris gets Leclerc at the line, but Leclerc gets stuck behind Hulkenberg here. He's being shown the blue flag, but Norris goes around the outside, and it's clear. He's gotten impeded there. The stewards will have to reverse this, I'm sure. And so, after 28 laps around Suzuka, George Russell wins for the 2nd year in a row. Charles Leclerc, 2nd place, was reinstated by the stewards for an impeding. So that leaves Norris P3, Verstappen and Tsunoda 4th and 5th, solid showings from them. And then Piastri, the pole sitter, did well to recover to 6th. Gasly, Antonelli 7th, 8th, and then Alex Albon down in 9th, with Lance Stroll taking his first point of the season. Looking at the non-point scorers here, Behrman 11th, Hamilton struggling early this season and no points for him today. Fernando Alonso as well as both RBs out of the points as well. Lando Norris, despite third, still leads the championship and still by 5, but now 5 ahead of Charles Leclerc, who jumps Verstappen for second place in the standings, and George Russell, who really needed this win here early, in the top 5. Tsunoda with 10 points here today, and now ahead of Hamilton. Gasly scoring good points as well. McLaren still lead the constructors from Ferrari and then Red Bull. Aston Martin finally on the board. That'll do it from Suzuka. We'll wrap up the early Japan triple header next week in Tokyo. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Project SF1.